Hello everybody, welcome back to our modelled writing videos. So if you've been with us before, then you'll know how we structure these videos. If you are new here, welcome, and today we are going to look at two task 2 questions for the IELTS writing. So the task 2s are the longer essay style questions. You'll be expected to write a minimum of 250 words. But there is no upper limit, so you can go over, that's no problem. We're making sure that we're hitting that minimum, and you'll have 40 minutes to do these questions. So in today's video, we'll look at two different topics and questions, and we will go through the plan together and do the write-up as if we were in the exam itself. So if you're looking for any hints on how to get the higher band scores, you've come to the right place. If you're looking for a specific question and how to answer it, then hopefully today will help as well with the two types of questions. So this is brilliant practice for you at any stage in your IELTS preparation. All right, well, with that being said, let's get stuck into the first task of the day, and this is going to look at products. Some people argue that it is better to buy products that are made locally, while others believe that it is more important to buy products that are made in other countries. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Okay, so what jumps out to me first is the type of question. Discuss both views and give your opinion. So there are a few ways which you can do this. You could discuss both views, so paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then in a third paragraph you could give your opinion. So you'd have 5 paragraphs overall with your introduction and conclusion. However, today I'm going to show you the 4-paragraph approach. So we'll start off with our introduction, then we'll present one side that you're not in agreement, you're not arguing for. Then you'll interweave your argument in with the 3rd paragraph, and then of course we'll end on the conclusion. So hopefully that will be okay for you. You can follow along at home, see how you like doing it this way. There's no right way or wrong way. I just think this way is a bit more, a bit easier maybe, and it's nice to interweave your opinion into the 3rd paragraph. Okay, so with that being said, this is our plan. Now our plan will help us stay focused, stay on track. We won't lose precious time in the exam. So all things that will help you achieve your band score. All right, so like I said, we're going to start with our main paragraph, our first paragraph 1, with the other side. So let's actually have a think about what we can argue here. Some people argue that it is better to buy products that are made locally, while others believe that it is more important to buy products that are made in other countries. So I think for the purpose of this essay, I'm going to argue that local is more important. So I'm just going to put opinion there so that it keeps me on track. Okay, so other countries, that is going to be our, of course we have to present both sides, so we're going to present that first. And our main argument is that for other countries, well, simply there are places which products are made that you cannot, they are specific to that place. So if you want to reap the benefits, if you like, of certain products, then it's not important, but it's also necessary to buy from other products. To buy from other countries. Necessary to purchase specific items from other countries. For example, cashmere products. They are made in the town of in the area of Kashmir, and this this type of material cannot be made in the UK, for example, um, because it is local to this area. So we um, we get to benefit from this because we're buying it from another country there. So okay, right. So that's our main points for this one side, and then we can support that economy as well. So that's another additional point. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my local. It's important, better to buy locally. This is my opinion. So in this, oh, make sure we're spelling okay. We're going to touch upon this arguments, but for our opinion now. So instead of supporting another economy, you are supporting the local economy. And this in turn helps the community in general. Um, for example, in perhaps remote villages, maybe remote mountain villages. If you are buying locally, then this attracts more tourists, and then that leads to more jobs, and then more of the younger generation stay, and then it turns into a vibrant community, which is enjoyable for the people that live there and who visit as well. So that's going to be our main argument for our opinion. So then our conclusion, we just want to restate what we've put in the essay. So while buying buying from elsewhere has its benefits, maybe purchasing local is the most is purchasing local is important. We'll think of synonyms in the write-up, but for now we can just make our notes. That's okay. All right then, so we've got our 2 paragraphs and then we've got our conclusion, and this will really help us stay focused, stay on track, and be able to make our arguments clear and concise, which is part of the marking process. So that's really important. Okay, well, with that being said, I think we can go to the write-up. And the first thing we need to do in every task 2 and task 1 actually is to paraphrase this sentence here. The first, maybe there's 2 sentences, in this case there's 1, but you're paraphrasing everything that's not the actual task itself, so the statement part. Some people argue that it is better to buy products that are made locally, while others believe that it is more important to buy products that are made in other countries. Okay, right, so let's have a think about how we can put this into our own words. Some people argue it is maybe there is a school of thought that argue that states it is ideal to purchase items that that are made or created in the area one is in. Whereas different groups hold the opinion that it would be more, or it would be appropriate, or it is appropriate to maybe acquire, another way to acquire products or goods, maybe made, maybe manufactured in other nations. Okay, let's read this back. There is a school of thought that states it is ideal to purchase items that are created in the area one is in, whereas different groups hold the opinion that it is appropriate to acquire goods manufactured in other nations. Okay. Maybe that it should be a priority. I think I like that better. It should be a priority to acquire goods manufactured in other nations. Okay, so this is an opinion essay. So we're going to now lay out what we're going to do and also state our opinion. So in this essay, you can use that's okay. I will debate. I will maybe put forward both sides of the debate and agree with and agree that maybe and agree that local products are local products are, I don't want to say superior. Maybe we could say superior though. In this essay, I will put forward both sides of the debate and agree that local products are superior. Okay, well, let's stick with that and we'll see how we go. So we want to present the other country's side of the argument. Okay, on the one hand, one cannot dispute, cannot argue that some items simply simply do not, or some natural materials do not exist in most countries. Therefore, it is not only important but essential to acquire, to obtain these items from abroad. On the one hand, one cannot dispute that some natural materials do not exist in most countries. Therefore, it is not only important but essential to obtain these items from abroad. Okay. So let's go into our cashmere example. A notable example is the use of cashmere, only found in the area of Kashmir, or maybe we could say originating from the area of Kashmir and due to the unique breed of goat that lives in this region where the we could talk about the coat. That's how we source the material. Originating from the area of Kashmir due to the unique breed of goat that lives in that region. This goat's coat is what becomes jumpers and coats which assist in keeping individuals warm in the winter. Okay, so we're just explaining the process here. This goat's coat is what becomes jumpers and coats, is what later becomes jumpers and coats, which assist in keeping individuals warm in the winter. We could do a fun question. I quite like that. I quite like that sometimes. How is somebody meant to survive the bitter, maybe Canadian winter without such an item? Okay, so we're just putting forward our first side. Here, I'd like to actually put that this is the main reason. So one can not dispute the main reason for outsourcing items being that some natural materials do not exist in most countries. Or maybe we could say being that some natural materials only exist in specific locations. Therefore, it is not only important but essential to obtain these items from abroad. Okay, while this being a necessity, that community is also being supported by buyers, and this helps them to grow. We could say and as we could mention that it's an interconnected world, global, and as humanity is thinking in terms of maybe globalism. This is no doubt a benefit. Let's read this back and see how it's sounding. On the one hand, one cannot dispute the main reason for outsourcing items being that some natural materials only exist in specific locations. Therefore, it is not only important, but essential to obtain these items from abroad. A notable example is the use of cashmere, originating from the area of Kashmir due to the unique breed of goats that lives in this region. The goat's coat is what later becomes jumpers and coats which assist in keeping individuals warm in the winter. How is somebody meant to survive the bitter Canadian winter? Maybe we could say the bitter Canadian cold without such an item. While this maybe is maybe we can say additionally, a nice linking phrase. Additionally, that community is also being supported by buyers. And as humanity is thinking in terms of globalism, this is no doubt a benefit. Okay, so that's great. I think we've answered that, well, we've presented that side. So now we can go into our opinion about supporting locally as well. So let's just address the previous paragraph. While some items, or while one, or while the area that one grew up in does not have the facilities to produce all of the necessities, nevertheless, it is still imperative that finding products close to finding products in close proximity to where one lives is by far maybe essential or important. We've used essential is by far the most beneficial, the most ideal scenario, maybe. Okay, so let's talk about supporting the local economy. When you look, or when you invest in what surrounds you, not only is this aiding the seller themselves, but also the whole entire community, maybe. Now let's go into an example. So, for instance, we can talk about a mountain village. In a mountain village, mountain villages have problems with the younger generation leaving. However, if the local economy is boosted by handmade products from the area, this could lead to higher visitor numbers, which could maybe snowball into, which means get bigger, which could snowball into a thriving tourist spot. Maybe which in turn which could snowball into a thriving tourist spot. This lifts the whole community. Maybe we could do an example such as Sapa in Vietnam. That's a thriving mountain town. This lifts the whole community who then have more opportunities to flourish. Okay, let's read this back and see how we like this second one. While the area that one grew up in does not have the facilities to produce all of the necessities, nevertheless, it is still imperative that finding products in close proximity to where one lives is, by far, the most ideal scenario. It is still imperative to find products. Let's change this a little bit. Find products in close proximity to where one lives. We could say by far here. I like that. Okay, that's better. When you invest in what surrounds you, not only is this aiding the seller themselves, but also the entire community. For instance, mountain villages have problems with the younger generation leaving. However, if the local economy is boosted by handmade products from the area, this could lead to higher visitor numbers, which in turn can snowball into a thriving tourist spot such as Sapa in Vietnam. This lifts the whole community, who then have more opportunities to flourish. Okay. Maybe we could use a specific example here. It's boosted by handmade bracelets for used, for instance. Boosted by, maybe we could say products such as handmade bracelets. This could lead to higher visitor numbers. In turn, this could snowball into a thriving tourist spot. Okay, I think that's good. Let's tie this together with a nice conclusion. So, in conclusion, while of course materials such as cashmere are very area dependent, this does not inhibit, which means stop, inhibit the community from choosing or from seeking items from the area itself. to make for a we've used thriving, we've used other areas, just thinking of a synonym to make for a to maybe to enhance the people living there, the lives of the people living there. Okay, let's count the words for this one. A bit of a long one, but that's okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so this comes to 330 words, which is, yes, a bit over the 250 minimum, but I think this is a reasonable amount, and you've seen how we've structured it so you can follow along at home and adapt this to you and your examples. So hopefully that's been helpful. And now we can go on to our next topic, which is going to look at a sedentary lifestyle. That means a lifestyle that is not very active. Okay, so the question. In many countries, there is a growing trend towards a more sedentary lifestyle. What are the reasons for this trend? What are the effects of a sedentary lifestyle on individuals and society as a whole? Right, so we've got a multi-part question. We're going to answer this question in the first paragraph, and we're going to answer this second question in the second main paragraph, and addressing both individuals and society. Okay, so we're making sure that we're going to look at both of those. So, in the plan, let's think about the first question. What are the reasons for a more sedentary lifestyle? Let's have a think. So, we have gone from more active jobs to maybe more agricultural. So, we've gone from agricultural to industrial. And in the modern age, this is included and encompassed technology. So now, of course, we have jobs which we'll go into detail, of course, but we sit down for 8 hours a day. Well, maybe not 8 hours a day, but we have office jobs. Now we could even mention the working from home. So without the commutes, that's even more, some people get up, they work, and there's not many opportunities to have exercise in the day for some people. And if you're living in, say you're going to the city for work, you might be burnt out, so after work you just want to relax. I think we'll leave it at that, actually. I think that's more than enough reasons we can expand on that one. Okay, so what are the effects on the individual and society? So let's talk about the individual. We have a rise in things like obesity, diabetes, and we could maybe touch on a rise in mental health problems as well. This is connected with activity levels because we are stuck inside, we're on our phones, we're on our screens. That is linked to heightened levels of depression and anxiety. Society, well, there's more stress on the health system because people are experiencing more problems, and perhaps quality of life is lower in general. It's perhaps lower for these reasons. Okay, so this is not an opinion question, so we just want to restate there are some reasons and some effects. There are some reasons for this and various effects. Just helps us stay on track there. All right, so we've got our 2 paragraphs and we've thought about what we'll put in the conclusion. Quite a straightforward question, this one. So we're just going to start by paraphrasing this first sentence here. In many countries, there is a growing trend towards a more sedentary lifestyle. You could say globally, there is an increase in the inactivity levels of people in society. Quite short, to the point, this one. Okay, so this essay will explore the causes of this and also examine some of the impacts both to both on a personal level and the wider community. Globally, there is an increase in the inactivity levels of people in society. This essay will explore the causes of this and also examine some of the impacts both on a personal level and the wider community. I think that's good. Every introduction will be different size, so don't worry if yours is a bit shorter, a bit longer. As long as you're paraphrasing effectively and stating what the essay is going to do, that's all that's required there, so that's great. Okay, the first task then, what are the reasons for this trend? That's what we're looking at. So the primary reason for this pattern or for this for reducing the amount of exercise maybe in one's day is the general shift from more physical, perhaps agricultural types of agricultural types of work to a more industrialized stationary job role. Okay, so that's our main reason. We've gone from maybe working outside or with using our bodies for work to an industrialized situation where there are now roles which don't require a lot of movement. Let's just add on technology, or maybe we can explain this a bit more. So it is far more common today to work in an office than outside harvesting wheat, for example. Okay. When you factor in we can talk about technology now, the latest or the modern technology, or maybe when you factor in the technology advancements into this, a typical job is tied to a computer or smartphone. When you factor in the technology advancements into this, a typical job is tied to a computer or smartphone. let's talk about the working from home trend as well. An additional issue or an additional cause of using cause is the fact that more people work from home. When you remove a potentially active commute from your day, a person is even more inclined to not exercise, to not move their body. Okay, so the combination of all of these maybe situations is leading to a not growing a rising problem. The combination of all of these situations is leading to a rising problem. Okay, let's read it back. The primary reason for reducing the amount of exercise in one's day is the general shift from more physical, perhaps agricultural types of work, to a more industrialized, stationary job role. To more, we can say to more industrialized and stationary job roles. It is far more common today to work in an office than outside harvesting wheat, for example. When you factor in the technology advancements into this, a typical job is tied to a computer or smartphone. An additional cause is the fact that more people work from home when you remove a potentially active commute from your day, a person is even more inclined to not move their body. The combination of all of these situations is leading to a rising problem to a rising sedentary day-to-day or rising sedentary life is leading to a rise in sedentary lives. Oh, we're checking our spelling as we go along. Okay, I think that's good. We've just gone back and edited that. So now we can go to our effects. Now let's start with the individual. No doubt this can have grave effects on a person's well-being. Not only can this the main impact of this is the rise in obesity and all of the issues connected with this, such as diabetes. Oh, diabetes. Okay, so we are, yes, thinking about the weight side. maybe we could talk about mental health issues as well. Moreover, this is also affecting people's mental health. Mental health. For instance, when someone is sat at home working on their laptop all day, they are perhaps not boosting their serotonin. If you do not go outside, this can affect your vitamin D levels, and also without the social connection, this can sit at home alone. Maybe we could use alone. Working on their laptop all day, they're perhaps not boosting their serotonin. They are perhaps not boosting their serotonin. Maybe we can say it is hard to get boosts to your serotonin. If you do not go outside, this can affect your vitamin D levels. Also, without the social connection of a workplace, maybe that's going off topic a little bit, actually. And if you do not go outside, this can affect for a walk. This can affect your vitamin D levels, all playing into somebody's happiness. Moreover, this is affecting people's mental health. For instance, when someone is sat at home alone working on their laptop all day, it is hard to get boosts to your serotonin. And if you do not go outside for a walk, this can affect your vitamin D levels, all playing into somebody's happiness. I'm not too sure about that. Let's have a think. When someone is sat at home alone working on their laptop all day, they may not be moving their body, seeing the sun, or connecting with people socially. This can all negatively impact happiness levels. Okay, now let's touch upon society. So, the clearest way this affects this affects with an A affects the society at large is the use of the healthcare system, with more people requiring medical attention due to the rise in the growth in weight-related issues. Not only that, but also the quality of life for the community or country as a whole could decrease due to strained services. Maybe. Let's read this back and see how we're feeling. No doubt this can have grave effects on a person's well-being. The main impact of this is the rise in obesity and all of the issues connected with this, such as diabetes. Moreover, this is affecting people's mental health. For instance, when someone is sat at home alone working on their laptop all day, they may not be moving their body, seeing the sun, or connecting with people socially. This can all negatively impact happiness levels. Maybe this maybe we could include the word sedentary here, or this inactivity can negatively impact happiness levels. The clearest way this affects society at large is the use of the healthcare system, with more people requiring attention due to the growth in weight-related issues. Not only that, but also the quality of life for the community or country as a whole could decrease due to strained services. Okay, let's do our conclusion now. So overall, our a change over time in job types is having a detrimental impact on our physical capabilities. And this is leading to a health issues for many people, and society is finding ways to ensure the health service is and society has to find ways to provide the relevant level of care. Overall, a change over time in job types is having a detrimental impact on our physical capabilities, and this is leading to health issues for many people and society. Let's have a look. Let's do that. Society has to find ways to provide the relevant level of care. Society is tasked, maybe, to find ways. Okay, let's check the words of this one and see how we've done. Okay, so this looked a bit shorter, but actually it's about the same size as the last essay, 321 words. So again, an achievable amount there. And you've seen the two fairly straightforward paragraphs just answering the two questions there. So hopefully that has been good to follow along today. We've had two different types of questions, two different topics as well. So this is great practice for you at home. Do let us know if you've got any questions or comments. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you in the next video.